Hey there, podcast fans. This is Trotwood Zeus, one half of the 2 Hour Lunch Break podcast. Are you ready to unlock the door to your dream home in the heart of Texas? Meet Jessica White, your go-to real estate guru, ready to make your home ownership dreams a reality. Hailing from the Lone Star State, our very own Austin native, Jessica White brings a fresh perspective to the world of real estate. With her deep-rooted understanding of the Austin Metroplex, Dallas, and Houston, Jessica's expertise will guide you every step of the way. But wait, there's more. Jessica isn't just about business, she's also about building communities and fostering diverse home ownership. Connect with her vibrant community on Instagram at The Color of Real Estate for a sneak peek into her world of stunning properties and thriving neighborhoods. Ready to take the plunge? Visit jessicawhite.kw.com or give her a call at 512-568-7124 to kickstart your journey to finding that perfect place to call home. And guess what? Don't forget to mention the code 2HLB for an exclusive surprise. Whether you're in the heart of Austin, the buzz of Dallas, or the charm of Houston, Jessica White is the real estate trailblazer you need by your side. Get ready to turn that dream home into a reality.
And it's coming home to Texas. It's coming home all the way to Austin, Texas, baby.
Yeah, and we back, and we back, and we back, yeah, yeah. Zeus P, St. Jude, coming to you live, you don't know what to do. Hey, take an hour break, better yet two. Tune in with ATX, best Zeus and St. Jude. They ain't playing with you fools, giving game how to move, trying out the best food, no, got the best shoes. Real world thoughts coming from some real men, big business, bigger pockets, even healthy children. I hit that 2-hour lunch break when I got a fun day. Got a flex for this shorty that should be on the runway. I be laughing at the football days of tight shins, fart bottles, even some healthy products for my skin. It's an all black affair, bring your white friend. Kick your feet up, roll something, let the light in. Man, it's the 2-hour lunch break, dog, I'm locked in. So turn your speakers up a notch and grab the white gin. And when I'm on the road to the office or the crib, it's Big Zeus, St. Jude, the ones I wanna hear. This is that 2-hour lunch break live from Lady Bird J Lake. Coming to you live, put it on for they city. This is that 2-hour lunch break live from Lady Bird J Lake. They got everything from the pretty, ugly, and gritty. This is that 2-hour lunch break live from Lady Bird J Lake. So tune in, my dog, you don't wanna miss nothing. This is that 2-hour lunch break, cause one is for pump face. Don't believe me, ask the city dog, I ain't bluffing. Zeus P, St. Jude, O and me, cap status, same crew, different moves, bigger pay due. ATX, what up? Yeah.
All right, man, we are back at it with another edition of the 2 Hour Lunch Break podcast, man, a podcast for Austin, from Austin. We're at our home base, Dower Studios, East Austin, Texas. I'm Trotwood Zeus, one half of the 2 Hour Lunch Break podcast, and I got my co-host.
Saint, what up? We got some special guests in the building today. Creators, event coordinators, also producers, and some would call them fashionistas. The creators of Do Not Disturb Collective. We have Jazz and Sonder in the building. How y'all doing today?
Doing good, man. How y'all doing?
Hey, good, man. Glad to have y'all.
Hey, man, we've been having a ball talking about this far. Like, for real.
Yeah. So, side story, man. Wifey actually helped facilitate.
Yeah.
The interview.
Yeah. Shout out to wifey. Shout out to my boo.
Shout out to her, because if it wouldn't have been for her, we wouldn't have got a chance to get this set up, man. So shout out to her, man. Also shout out to y'all, man. So starting off, let's get into the background, man. Let's talk about Do Not Disturb and what was the inspiration to start this.
You want to take that question? Yeah. It's always fun to like kind of look back. So me and Sonder met 2021. Yeah. 2021. Met, started hanging out. They used to host like wine nights at the house. So Moss and our friend Chi.
Yeah.
So I think it's only fair to mention that like we started it with one other person.
Yeah.
Our homie Chi.
Yeah.
She's out in Atlanta now,
Word.
on doing bigger and better things. But three of us were hanging out and we were just like, yo, why isn't there an R&B night for black people in Austin?
Anything to do.
Right. We're like,
right.
why isn't there anything for us to do?
Yeah.
Like, because we would be at one of their houses just kicking it because we'd just be like, we don't know what to do tonight.
Sipping on wine, smoking hookah, and just listening to music and being like, damn, I want somewhere to go.
Oh, so y'all was just the vibes.
We were
Right,
literally
yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
the vibes of like everything I think we do in general is like pretty authentic to ourselves.
Yeah.
So if like we wouldn't do it, then we're not really a part of it type vibe. So like, yeah, that's kind of.
Yeah, so it started like that, and we were like, it was like, we should do an R&B night. And it was probably months at a time where we were just like, we should do it. And then finally, I think Sonder found our first venue and reached out to the owner. And then I had gotten a chance to meet the owner, and then we had a meeting, and he was like, let's do it. So
Yeah.
from there, we just started doing it. We started in March
2022.
2022.
Yeah.
Had our first one March 31st, 2022, and then it was up from there.
Dope. So what made y'all decide to start curating events and spaces for specifically the black community here in Austin, Texas?
Yeah, I mean, kind of just like, what Jazz said, there wasn't really anything happening. So I live in South Austin, and so does Jazz. And, a lot of the work that Jasmin does is downtown, and me too in some aspects, but just going out in Austin, we don't really see people that look like us or like events that look like us in the downtown area. Unless you go to like, what is it, 36? And I'm not hanging out on 36.
Nasty word.
Respectfully.
Yeah,
I'm not,
yeah, right,
you gotta
right,
be
right.
respectfully, dirty him up, the Lord. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I
it's
get
in the
that.
name,
I
dirty,
get that.
36. So, yeah, we were just like, damn, there's gotta be something we can do to kind of bring the vibe that is an extension of us. And people kind of like y'all, just like people in a similar mindset. Like, yeah, we love R&B music, we love wine, little cocktail every now and then, and yeah, that's kind of just how we figured out how to curate a space for people that look like us. So, yeah.
Gotcha, man. So, after doing a little bit of research on y'all, I know we've seen y'all do like a lot of collaborations with like other organizations. I know y'all did work with Afrotech. I know y'all done stuff with Sneaker Politics, right? So tell us a little bit about like how are y'all able to connect? What's the process of like y'all connecting with them? Like, do you see somebody that's interested and be like, hey, let's link? Or like what's that process look like for y'all?
Honestly, we just talk to people when we're out. I think through us being here in Austin, and I shop at Sneaker Politics, and one of my best friends works there.
Oh, okay.
So a collaboration like that was easy because we're always crossing paths and things like that. But even other organizations that we've collaborated with, like Kind Clinic, it's a simple like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
We should work together. Or it's a, hey, what's up? You're a really cool person. And then I happen to be involved with this, So everything is pretty organic. And I think, Moss even more so than me, but like personality wise, talking to people, getting to know people, being genuine when you do connect with people, I feel like is a sure way to go when it comes to things like that. People want to work with real people, so I think we have a pretty good handle on how to connect with others in that way.
That's what's up. So in talking about the cohesiveness and collectiveness of just the genuine relationships and rapport that you guys have, can you elaborate a little bit more on the collaboration of ATX Urban Pride and things of that nature that you guys have done in the past?
Yeah, when you say elaborate, what do you mean?
Basically, so how you tailored events to accommodate for even just the LGBTQ community and so on and so forth.
Yeah, a lot of that too, as other things with us, is like we're both queer.
Yeah.
So it comes naturally to us, and I think with throwing black and queer events, it's like, where would we want to be?
Right.
What is a space that would feel comfortable, that we would want to invite our friends and our loved ones to come have a good time?
Right.
And ATX, what was the organization?
ATX Urban Pride.
Oh yeah, ATX Urban Pride. When we had done that last year, that was like kind of last minute coming together because you know
word.
the Black Pride organization dissolved
Oh yes,
under
yes,
some
yes,
different
yes,
circumstances earlier in the year. So that was an effort from some folks that actually work at Kind Clinic too, to kind of be like, hey, we can't lose Black Pride in Austin.
Yeah.
You know, it's only a short amount of time of the year already. And that was just them kind of gathering everyone to be like, hey, what can we do to make sure that we still get to celebrate? So, you know, and those again were people that we were already in community with. Yeah. I will say that a lot of the people we collaborate with, they're very like, all right, you have this idea, let's do it. You have this idea, let's do it. Let's make it happen within a couple of weeks. Yeah. Which I love because we both work very fast too. We have an idea and we're like,
shout out ADHD.
Gotcha, man. So, man, let's kind of, you know, take a side step a little bit, right? So, R&B night, right? So, we were actually talking about that off air. That's actually my first time, like, hearing about Do Not Disturb as a whole. If you can, tell us a little bit about what R&B night is and, like, how long has it been going?
Yeah, R&B night is exactly as it sounds, you know. R&B music, black people, black space. Do Not Disturb is really about community too, so.
Okay.
Wait, repeat the question?
Now I was gonna say, if you can, tell us a little bit about what is R&B night and how long has it been going?
Oh, yeah, R&B night, yeah, like I said, like exactly how it sounds. It's R&B night, it's R&B music. We've been doing it for 2 years. This is going on 2 years?
It'll be 2 years in March 2024.
Yeah. So it's been going on for a while. You haven't been to one yet?
No, man. I've been seeing
Where
on social
have you
media.
been?
It looks like it's popping. I'm like, dog. I know they be turning up. I just have not got a chance to
In
go.
my boy's defense, we were supposed to go last
Right,
week.
yeah. So I gotta
Life
change that.
happened.
That's on me.
Yeah,
but
life
I gotta go, man. It looks
New
amazing.
you, man.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. I gotta turn up in 2024. You know.
So I got a question off hinge. Where did the name Do Not Disturb come from? Is that Tiana Taylor vibe, or like how'd y'all come up with that?
You know
name?
what? I feel like I don't know. I think I was just listening to like one of my playlists, like one of my R&B playlists, obviously. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with the artist Mahalia.
Mahalia? Can't say.
She has a song called Do Not Disturb. It's actually fire. Y'all should check it out. Okay. And we were just brainstorming in like a group chat, like, damn, like, cause you know we were brainstorming like, all right, bro, we're gonna do this R&B night. We got the location. You know, we got the vibes. We're like, what are we gonna call ourselves? Yeah. And I think I just was like, yo, bro, I just went to my place. I'm like, bro, Do Not Disturb. And I think that's kind of, we were just like, yup. Didn't even really think about it. We're like, that shit hard. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of I think where the name came from.
That's super dope.
Yeah, brainstorming session. Cause I know every time I've thrown events too, you kind of try to find a song that fits the vibe of what you're looking for. We were just spitballing.
By the way, our brainstorming sessions are typically text in a group chat. Worst texter in America.
Oh, word.
So it's more like a, yo, Jazz, what do you think about this? Yo, bro, I just had this idea. Waiting.
Yeah.
You like the one that'll like leave it and come back tomorrow and be like, oh yeah, my bad.
Right, yeah.
Or I might not even come back. Or it'll take a phone call coming through and be like, oh, I'm sorry. I will see a text message and be like, all right, bet. Continue with my day. And then 2 days later be like, oh, that thing.
That text message.
Working with them, no. I mean, obviously they're like, hey. Or they might hit me on the side, like in a private text.
I'm the annoying tester that like emphasizes things like, yo, bro, I ain't heard from you, man. I'm following up. My follow up is like an emphasis on the text message.
That's funny.
Right.
It's honestly great because I'll tell Moss like, hey, remind me to do that thing. Remind me to respond to this person. And she will.
But that's important in business though. You need an accountability partner to help you keep going. You know, keep that level of energy flowing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I know a minute ago, we were talking about like R&B night being like a space that is inclusive for like, you know, black and queer people, right? So if you can tell us a little bit about like how receptive have those communities been since y'all started doing R&B night? Has like everybody been pulling up since y'all started, or did it take a minute to like really get going, or what was that like?
Honestly, everybody started pulling up from the beginning.
Okay. Oh,
I think one of the main things that we would hear, because you know I'm not from Austin, I'm from Oakland, California. So where out there everybody's intermingling all the time, no questions about it. something I was hearing out here is that you don't typically see black communities and black queer communities partying together. Right. And that wasn't something I knew about. It was just what I'm hearing from like Austin natives, which I thought was beautiful, because I'm just like, I'm black and I'm queer, and I'm down, you know, to get down with anybody. Yeah. So, people were pulling up from the beginning. I think because we're both queer, I think it kind of just invited the queer community in too, and we know what black people like. You know, we're both from areas of the country where it's a lot of us, you know, so we kind of just brought our experiences into the event, and I think it translated well. I think people were into it.
That's what's up. What role do you guys think that music plays when kind of curating your atmosphere for your R&B nights? Of course, you know you have to utilize music to have these events, but what energy and what vibe are you trying to bring to someone when they come and step into your event space?
I just want people to feel good, honestly. And I think that, I mean, the music that I listen to, it makes me feel good. And, you know, just like in talking about all the things that we do to curate spaces, it's an extension of us. And yeah, like when I walk in the Do Not Disturb, like I want to be like, ooh, like, okay, let me pull up to the bar and get a drink, like, you know. So like, yeah, I just want people to feel the energy when they walk into our space, and I think they do. So yeah, I think so too. Music is huge for me, for both of us, and for everybody. Like, if you're, especially because our R&B nights, the ones that are every other week, they're on Thursday nights, right? So it's like right before the weekend, right. But you know, most people still got a full day of work ahead, but it's like we want to make it worth it for you to be there. So like the vibe has to match that. Like it has to be like, this is worth me maybe losing a couple hours of sleep tonight that I would have had for my day tomorrow, to be surrounded by people that I love, people that are like me, maybe meet somebody new, you know. And you know, the DJs we select too, I think, are a huge part of that, because they're very good at reading a room. Because some nights it's chill, right. Some nights people it's like a lounge vibe. Other nights it's turned all the way up. Sweating hot up at this point. You feel me? Right. So y'all not gonna get in copyright in trouble for that. No. Make sure. So yeah, it definitely sets the tone, like from the beginning to the end of the event. Even if people hearing the music from the sidewalk, you know, some people had no idea what was going on, and they're like, "What's that in there? Let's go check it out." Come on in. So
Austin is very much like that, though. Right.
Yeah.
So off the cuff question, right? So I know since y'all have started R&B nightly, like y'all have become like super, you know, hyper visible in the space, right? And so that makes me ask my next question, right? So I know y'all dress well, right? I seen the social media. I know you're getting your fits off. You putting that on, right? You know what I'm saying? I know y'all are getting that attention.
New fit, who this?
Right? Yeah. So with all that said, since y'all have started R&B night, man, like, if like groupies kind of started to like come into play, like it'd be like, hey man, I see Mouse, I see Jazz, they doing an R&B night. I need to pull up on them. Like, have they started like? Has that been a thing for y'all? You know what I'm saying?
Allegedly,
like course. Allegedly, yeah, allegedly.
Next question. Jazz, you would've?
I mean, I don't think I would use the word groupie.
Yeah, I wouldn't call
well, not groupies, but
definitely
just,
like,
you know,
there's more attention on both of us. I could just speak for myself, but you know, people being like, "Oh, you're Jazz from R&B night," blah blah blah, which is cool. Sometimes it's not. I've been throwing events for a long time, and in Oakland, the events I threw, in the beginning, I was very much like, I don't want nobody to know it's my event. I don't want to talk to nobody. I have like random spouts or bursts of like social anxiety. Okay. So sometimes I'm at R&B night and I'm just trying to chill
on your Frank Ocean
corner. Yeah. And but I also don't want to be rude if people like are trying to come up to me and.
Cause you're a human, you know.
Yeah, like some days I'm just a little like I'm a little lower energy, but it has definitely gained us and me a lot more visibility, which is cool. Like I like that people want to come up to us and talk to us.
Yeah.
Because we are friendly and we want to talk to people too.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? And I appreciate everybody showing love and the appreciation for the event and what it brings to the Austin community.
That's real. That's real. What about promoting here in Austin? Have you guys faced any challenges? Was promoting to the community itself? I know you said initially people just started coming out and flooding because they wanted a space to vibe and enjoy. But have you guys hit any roadblocks or frustrations that you like, ugh?
A few. I think that comes with any business, though, right? I mean, we had to deal with like location change a couple times.
Oh, yeah.
Which was, kind of frustrating early on, but I think it kind of picked back up, which we're grateful for. People know if they know, but yeah, I think that's probably our biggest roadblock was like the location changing early on, which didn't really have anything to do with us. It was just some other things going on with the businesses that we were partnering with. But
yeah, because April we had to deal with that, and that I feel like that is the biggest thing, and because especially now that we're starting to do more events that aren't just our Thursday night R&B night at Wiggle Room. It's like we're doing other stuff too. So sometimes people are like, "Oh, is it there?" And it's like, "Nah, like we put it on the flyer, we put it
flyer.
in the copy, it's on the ticket link, and that it comes with it though. People eventually get the idea, and I think aside from that, it's just kind of learning. How the time of the year affects when people are going out, the holidays, or if there's a huge influx of events, like say during South by or something like that, how do we make sure that we're still capturing our crowd and making sure that they're still coming out? But fortunately, nothing too big has gotten in the way. I think we're always still trying to pivot and be like, what's next? Like, what other kind of content can we make and things like that.
Gotcha. I was gonna say, so since starting Do Not Disturb, are there any events or like any collaborations or anything that y'all have done that like really stand out or like have any meaning for either of y'all?
Like, See You Next Thursday was pretty big.
Yeah, the event we did during Afrotech this past year.
Okay.
Or this year.
Yeah.
A month ago. We got to collaborate with a couple of DJs from New York who approached us with an idea for an event they want to start and like travel with around the country, but it being Afrotech, us being connected to the Black community already out here, they were like, yo, we want to partner with you, and that was such a dope event. Because we got sounds from New York artists. We still had one of our DJs a part of the mix too. We had a host from a Netflix show come out, and it was like a really
super dope,
big, dope event. Probably one of my favorite ones we've had to this day. And I think that also inspired us a lot too. Cause we're like, all right, we got to start working with people from different cities around the country. Yeah, and that was just dope. It was cool to be recognized from people outside of Austin. It's like, hey, we want to work with you, and to be able to help execute a really beautiful event that I think a lot of people
are gonna
cherish. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, with that, give me an example or give me a situation. So let me do the flip side of my co-host's question. That you guys either had a struggle, it was a difficult time with someone, and you have to say no names,
Right.
or if it was just, hey, this customer came out and like, look, you gotta go.
Have we also, I know we've had some issues. Man, I remember the one time at Higbee's, that one dude, but that was because he was just messy. This one guy was just doing too much, and he had to go. Like, you can't make people uncomfortable.
It was
bro.
it was somebody in the space who I had multiple.
You had to remind him, like, yo, bro, you can't do this. You can't do this. You were nice about it.
Yeah, I had a few people come up to me throughout the night and like, hey, this person's like doing too much. He's making me uncomfortable. He's touching me inappropriately. And unfortunately, all of this wasn't really told to me until we were pretty much at the end of the night.
Yeah.
But I DM'd him because I knew exactly who it was, and like a couple people pointed him out. I had to DM him and be like, "Hey, you're not welcome at our events anymore because you need to take a breather." He was totally receptive too. He understood, but that comes with the spaces that we create. We want everybody to feel good. So, with that, if you're ever at a Do Not Disturb event and you feel uncomfortable, find one of us.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that's important. Because it's like, I can't have fun knowing that other people are in here not feeling their best or feeling 100% to like really party how they want to. So, we've had a couple of instances where it's like somebody's like, "Hey, we just have to have a conversation," like community member to community member.
Right.
Like holding people accountable, I think is important. And honestly, I wish more people did it because I don't think it happens enough out here. So yeah.
Keep Austin weird, but don't keep it that weird.
Right. Don't get bad weird.
Yeah, don't get mad weird on us. We gonna get the weird, but get weird back.
So, man, so let's talk about the future, right? So I know, since starting Do Not Disturb, y'all have made a lot of progress, a lot of moves, right? So, what are the long-term goals? Like, are y'all like looking to take over the state? Are y'all looking to go nationwide? What are y'all thinking?
Yeah, I mean, we want to take this show on the road for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think if we can hit all the major cities in Texas, that'd be super lit. Just even like collaborating with some of the homies from See You Next Thursday, like seeing them and them traveling around the country to do their events.
Mm-hmm.
We want to make Do Not Disturb like a household name.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're trying to take this show on the road for sure.
Cool.
But yeah, what other goals do we have? We've been talking about some events for next year, so stay tuned for that. But
Yeah, I think we've had R&B night as a solid staple for the past year and a half and some change every second and fourth Thursday. So obviously we want to keep that, but new venues opening up every week here. So we're just trying to collaborate with more venues here.
Yeah.
And build that up and give people something a little different each time. But yeah, for sure, I want to go to Houston, Dallas, and then take it to different places because I definitely think it's a vibe that can translate all over the place. So yeah, that's the goal.
That's dope. With that, do you guys have any specific goal that you want to achieve by the end of the year? Maybe bring in, I don't know, like, say for example, like an R&B artist like Trey Songz or something like that to pull up or something.
Trey Songz cannot come.
Oh, damn.
I don't think that's the right person.
That nigga is not welcome.
My fault. Hard sell. My fault. Damn.
That's a good question. We've kind of talked about like collaborating with more like people of influence in the Austin community.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, if you know someone and you think like they'd be a great face and, can help with brand awareness or whatever the case might be, absolutely. Send them our way because we're trying to grow. And we also want, more influencers in the area to kind of grow their network too. So it's about community. So if we can expand us and someone else at the same time, let's do that.
Gotcha. So I was gonna say, man, let's talk about the event planning process, right? I know y'all were talking about, y'all hopping in a group chat and kind of putting stuff together. Like, what is the how complex is that? Like, what are the logistical concerns? Like, I know y'all gotta worry about, even outside of like the actual event planning, y'all gotta worry about like alcohol and seating and stuff like that. Like, what does that look like for y'all?
It looks a lot of different ways.
Depends on the venue, I think, too.
Yeah, so I mean, we could just walk through it.
Jazz.
So first it's like
Starts with a phone call.
it really does.
Bro, where do you want to do
an
this?
idea.
Right, yeah,
It's an idea one of us has. I'm, like Ma said, I'm the worst texter in the world. So I'm always down to get on the phone.
Right. Okay.
Starts with an idea, phone call, and then it's like when we find these venues and stuff like that, we have to make sure that it like checks a certain boxes for us, you know. It doesn't need to be, we still need a dance floor, but we still need seating because we're well aware that, you know, the age range of people that come to our events is pretty wide too. So it's like we probably like 25 to like 45 or 50, you know what I mean? I'm 31, so some days I'm dancing, some days I want to sit down.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So
Not you telling your age.
Right.
Oh, here.
I don't. But you know, I'd say the hardest part is just getting over the hurdle with the venue. It's like, do y'all have what we need? Do y'all understand what we're trying to do? And are y'all willing to accommodate what we need? You know, so, and once that happens, planning the event itself is pretty seamless. You know, we book DJs that we feel like will fit the vibe or the genres that we want to spend that night. Booking a door person, you know. But I think a lot of our brainstorming just happens so quickly now. So we'll just get on the phone for 10 minutes. Be like, you want to do this? And it's like, we could do that, but what if we do that? And then it just turns into a whole idea. Pump out a flyer. We're ready to go.
Makes sense. So what with that, you know, I know you guys have been curating this space for about close to 2 years and stuff, and coming up with these ideas and concepts. Are there venues that kind of like don't believe in the vision or be like, oh, y'all ain't bringing that many people out, are you? And then you get there and you like, we told you.
That has happened a couple times.
I believe it.
And it can be frustrating. Nobody likes to be underestimated.
Of course.
And you know, it's happened where we do that. They didn't schedule enough bartenders, and it's like the bar's backed up. And I'm looking around like, I've worked in service and like hospitality for a very long time, so I'm standing there looking like, I'm like, y'all got 30 people at the bar, and there's only 2 bartenders. You know, like, why didn't you schedule a third person?
Right,
you know?
It's that simple, bro. I told you what to expect.
Because it's like, you know, we'll have pre-sales that I'm like updating the venue throughout the week. Like, hey, we sold this many tickets. Like, this is what we're expecting. There was one time we had we won't name the venue or anything, but we had a venue that we were at, and one of the bartenders was like, I didn't even know this was happening today. And we were just like,
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
I forgot about that.
What?
Yo, I forgot about that, yeah.
But at the end of it,
I mean, she made her
bars
money,
going
but-
crazy.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
but
the bar was going
You
crazy.
know, and then
She's working a
it
double.
you know, after that happens though, it's always like, we would love to work with you again, and then we're kind of like, yeah, this was great.
Yeah, right.
It's
been fun.
But it just doesn't feel good because, I mean, I get it. You know, some folks, it's like they've never met us before. But, and I guess you can only go so far with someone's word, but I feel like ticket sales are a pretty good indicator. You know, we don't have 1 million followers, but it's like, I feel like the following we have in Austin and the way that we're connected, I would just hope that people would be a little more willing to they take the chance, but it's almost as just like, oh, well, we're not gonna like do too much because we don't know what they're actually about to do. And sometimes you have to show people that, but it's definitely, we've had a couple experiences like that. And honestly, keeps us going because y'all can keep underestimating us.
Well, congratulations, shout out to y'all for proving wrong
Appreciate
for
that.
real.
Yeah. So I was gonna say, so let's talk about marketing a little bit, right? So I know y'all both have like really big social media presences. I know the Do Not Disturb page has a lot of followers, right? So how are y'all able to kind of like leverage social media and like any other marketing y'all have to like a wider audience where people want to pull up? Because I'm sure people see y'all out and about. I'm sure people see y'all social media presence like, oh, they look cool, or oh, they dress fly, or XYZ. How are y'all able to leverage that into more people pulling up to an event like R&B night, you know, for instance?
I think the biggest thing for us this year was Reels. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, first we were, Reels and TikTok, just videos showing what's actually going on. Because I think for the first year,
We just did pictures.
by the grace of God, you know, we were just
We were
doing
just
like
throwing
some
out
photos.
pictures.
You know, we would hire our friend Salia, shout out Salia Sadiq. amazing photographer out here, but we would hire her every few events and just be like, hey, just shoot. Yeah. And those would be the photos that we would use for the flyers and for promo. Okay. And then after a certain amount of time, I had a friend of mine, Jamaica, was like, yeah, I feel like y'all should maybe show like what's going on at the party, because you don't really get that good of a sense of what's happening until you see a video. And, you know, I was kind of in a space of like, oh, let's keep it a little bit of a mystery, right? Like, you gotta pull up to see what's going on. Yeah. But after,
I was about to say a speakeasy. Okay.
Black on speakeasy would be hard.
No, for real hard. I'm not gonna lie.
For real.
It really would. I would love that.
But yeah, I think too, because now, like I kind of mentioned before, like TikTok, we're like moving toward a very video-based digital space. So people want to see. So yeah, I think transitioning into video and reels kind of was the right move to make.
That's what's up.
And yeah, it's helped. Yeah. So
that's what's up. So let's talk a little bit more about your customers and people who are coming in to attend your events. What feedback do you get from them, and how does that help you influence future events? Like maybe changing this up or adding additional things to your palette.
I don't know. Do we really get a lot of feedback? It's more just like, this was fun. Oh, I can't wait to come back. I love this venue, which is all great, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like constructive criticism is nice too.
Right.
But I don't really know if, like, we've had that kind of.
Yeah, I don't think we've gotten a ton of feedback. I mean, obviously there's the things that are like, yo, Austin really needed this. Yeah. I think a lot of people miss the first venue we were in, me, you know, us included.
We do.
What's so special about the first one?
Man,
I don't know.
It was like it was downstairs, like you like the street, like you came up to the street, but then you went down some stairs. It was like in a basement, but it was a club.
Oh, so it was a speakeasy.
Kind of. But even just like the interior design of the space was just. It was like everything we could have, imagined and wanted and more. And that's what really goes into, honestly, just like our venue picking. What is the vibe? Is it sexy? Is it, am I going to meet a fine girl in here? Can I see myself getting a number? And, what is the vibe of the space that I'm in?
So what are we
talking
about?
And I feel like that venue was like some shit you see like in a movie or some shit. Like, I don't know.
No, you good.
Yeah.
Feedback though.
Oh man, maybe we should start doing polls. Hey guys, what do you like? What don't you like? What can we do better?
Honestly,
I don't even know how that would look, but we should. We could.
A little question on Instagram story.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, here's for y'all. Anybody who's attended a Do Not Disturb event, make sure you put a comment and say, hey, we loved it. Or constructive criticism is always good.
We'd appreciate it.
No, it's true.
Right.
I really would. Yeah.
You can DM us personally or on the page. Either way, we're both gonna see all of it anyway.
So let's take a side step, right? So let's talk about work-life balance a little bit, right? Hit them with a euro.
Okay.
So work-life balance, right? So I know not just R&B night, but all of the different events y'all do. I know it can be pretty demanding, right? So how do y'all balance everything y'all do? And then I know you have like personal relationships. I don't know if you have family here. I know you have friendships. How do y'all balance all of that and still able to be as productive as y'all are?
Rest and recover.
I'm not balancing very well.
Okay.
Me. My phone is on Do Not Disturb. If I don't feel like leaving the house, I won't. Yeah, I mean, I think it's about recharging. If I don't have the energy to do something, Austin's a city that I feel like there's a lot going on at a lot of different times, and people are pulling you in so many different ways, and it's easy to get caught up in doing everything because, it sounds fun and it looks fun, but can't go to every party, man. Can't go to every show. So for me, what it looks like is recharging, hanging out with my dogs at the house, and just spending time with self.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Jazz, we're gonna have to get you a therapist, man. She said I ain't doing well.
Right.
I mean, I'll say the past couple of weeks I've been doing better.
Yeah.
I'm a photographer. Now I just started doing some creative direction work too, along with events.
Booked and busy.
Okay.
So I'm trying to find my balance.
She said she's standing on business.
Right.
Standing tall. But with that, you know, again, like I said earlier, Moss is great at kind of keeping things, all the loose ends tied, reminding us about things that we have going on, checking in, even just asking a question like, what time is that meeting? And I'm like, damn, I forgot about that. So, you know, I think
I also send her text like, yo, bro, you eat today? You gotta make sure your homies eat.
Right. Oh, that's big.
Yeah, I definitely could not do it by myself. So, you know, us working together is definitely a huge part of it. Because otherwise, I would be floundering in the sea. I don't know.
Damn. So give me, it can be top 3, top 2. Let's say you meet somebody that's like, hey, look, I love what y'all doing. I want to get into this space. I want to start these initiatives. I want to do things for Black Austin. Give me the top 2 or 3 things that you would tell them. Okay, if you're trying to walk down this path, do this, watch out for this.
I would say have a brand identity, know who you want to come, like the demographic of who you want to be there. Those are the top 2 things I feel like. Just that's starting any business, right? Who you want your customer base to be, right. And what's the brand? Like, how are you drawing people in? Because I have met quite a few people that are like, I want to throw events for Black people in Austin. And I'm like, what kind of Black people? You know, are we speaking young professionals? You want artists? You know, you want some hood niggas? Like, what do you want? You know what I mean? So I think that's very important because there's a ton of Black people in Austin, contrary to popular belief. And we here. Everybody wants something a little different. So I would say that. And then main thing to watch out for is what to watch out for?
I don't know. I mean,
finicky venue owners. Yeah. Honestly.
Oh, word.
And sometimes that's unavoidable. I think we've been pretty lucky to like work with some good people, and I think especially lately, you know, shout out Wiggle Room. You know, we've had people that have been like very consistent with us and appreciate what we do. The staff loves it. Everybody there, because that's the main thing too. It's like everybody is having a good time. If you're attending, if you're security at the door, if you're our door person, if you're the bartender, if you're the GM, we're constantly checking in throughout the night. Like, hey, you doing good? Make sure the DJs are good. Make sure the staff is like not stressing out. It's like, hey, you need to take a breather. Like, it's cool. You know. So, but yeah, those are my top 2. Yeah, brand identity, who your audience is, and then pick your venues well. Yeah. What about you?
I mean, yeah, I feel like you hit it on the head, but it's like, yeah, it's like vibe curation. So like, just making sure the space that you're picking is up to your standard. I know what our target audience looks like. So like when I should say, when we pick out a venue, we like to go venue shopping. So when we go venue shopping, we find the space, we get a cocktail, you know, we talk to the event coordinators of the space, and we know the vibe that we're looking for. So yeah, it's just really knowing your demographic, and yeah, I think just the space that you want to have the event in, because I think that plays a big part in any vibe curation, right? So yeah.
And it also helps when you're a part of your own target demographic. Facts. So it's like when we talk about throwing an event that we would want to go to, I think that's a big part of it too. You know, don't try to do something that's
not in your house,
because then it's gonna seem ingenuine. It's not gonna hit the same. So yeah, that too.
Gotcha, man. So let's talk about potential guests, right? So I know we've had you guys on, and actually let me take a step back.
Yeah.
We actually ask this question to everybody, every guest that we have on the show, right? So you got a chance to be on the show. You know what the vibe is like. You know what kind of content we put out, right? So with that said, who do y'all think would be a good guest in the future? But before you answer, it has to be somebody in y'all's contacts that y'all can pull up and be like, hey, I pulled up on the travel lunch break. We had a good convo, good vibes. Y'all should pull up on them. Who would that person or people be?
Who do y'all typically look for, though?
We open to anybody.
Anybody, don't
we
matter.
Talk to tech people, we talk to rappers, we talk to restaurateurs, we talk to everybody.
Trap niggas, don't matter.
Right, yeah.
On forward them.
Well, I can think of a ton of people. Tavel from Kanji.
Okay.
Have y'all been to Kanji?
Yes.
I have not.
Yes.
I haven't.
Restaurant downtown.
Okay.
You gotta take him, man.
Man, yeah, gotta get out, man.
We gotta,
Bro dates matter.
Bro dates. Y'all about to say,
Bro dates matter.
It's like
for real.
Caribbean Guyanese
Yeah, nah, it's a really
restaurant.
good
I'm
restaurant.
also Guyanese. So
Okay. Dope.
Tavel's dope.
I know.
You adjacent.
Yeah.
Our friend Jamaica Martin. She's a founder out here in Austin. She has a skincare brand, Rosen Skincare.
Okay.
That's what I use.
Right.
Hey,
yeah.
all right.
Got the
all
complexion
right.
right.
All
Yeah.
Saw those events too.
Yep. Salia Sadiq. She's shot some events for us.
Okay.
She's also somebody else that's like getting into the event space out here. She's utilizing the space at Antone's nightclub downtown, the blues venue.
The upstairs though is nice.
Really? Okay.
It's like a nice.
Yeah, Salia Sadiq is another great person. She's also an amazing photographer, event producer, best friend, all around amazing person. We got who else? Well, I'm sorry, trying to hit all the industries.
Should I go through my Instagram?
I mean, hey, we're not gonna stop it.
Yeah, right. But while you do that, give us your social media plugs.
I'm Jasmin X Assassin on Instagram. So JASMIN X Assassin. ASSASSI.
Okay.
Gotta spell it out.
Yeah. My tag is Sonder Lovehall. Sonder. No, not like Brent Fayez, just the meaning of the word. Lovehall, like Darius from Love Jones.
Gotcha, man. Well, that wraps up, man, this edition of the 2-Hour Lunch Break. Once again, man, shout out to Moss and Jazz for pulling up on us. We appreciate y'all, taking out the time out of your schedule to, have good convo. Man, shout out to our production behind the boards, man. You can find them at Cafe Yodo. Future episodes of the 2-Hour Lunch Break can be found on all streaming platforms, YouTube, Spotify, et cetera. You can find us on Instagram at 2HLB Pod and on X, right? X at the 2-Hour Lunch. Thank you for tuning in. We out.
That's how you.
And it's coming home to Texas. It's coming home all the way to Austin, Texas, baby.